everyone, so it's that time again to do my monthly makeup bag. Apologies in advance, these videos tend to go on forever, as most of my videos do. And for the kind of shaky background, I'm holding my camera by my hand to do this. Yes, so as I said, this is my... Basically, if you haven't watched these before, I have two more up on my channel. Basically, I was really inspired by a couple of YouTubers who do this, especially Andrea Militano, who I will link down below. You know, and I own a lot of makeup, and I was kind of inspired to do a monthly, well, in my case, bag, not drawer, of makeup. So I'm actually using more of my makeup. I have a lot of makeup that gets used more than others. I have a lot of makeup that's been pretty neglected, and I find that this really helps me actually, because in the morning when I'm doing my makeup, I'm not as overwhelmed as having, you know, two drawers and tons of boxes and drawers filled with makeup that I'm just a bit like, oh my god, what am I wearing today? And I'm actually falling back in love with some products that I had kind of neglected, or I'm realising that I do have a lot of makeup in my collection that really just isn't, I don't feel the same way. I don't love it anymore. So it also helps me to kind of declutter through my collection as well. So basically how this video works is I will show you any extra products I added into my bag from the last video. So they would be things I was either given during the month or I had bought during the month to replace products that had run out. Then I will show you the products that I will be putting back into my collection and anything I'm decluttering, if I'm decluttering anything, and then showing you what I'll be adding into the bag. And I'll try and keep this as short as possible. Already this intro is 2 minutes, so I'll just say now, if you like these types of videos, please give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more from my channel, please hit that subscribe button down below. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed to my channel this week. I think I got like 4 new subscribers this week, and it really does mean the world. And apologies, I know I just uploaded a video like 2 days ago, but as I said, my schedule is so insane right now that I'm just filming whenever I get the chance. So my uploading is a bit all over the place, and I do apologise if that bugs anyone, but it just can't be helped right now. Anyway, without further ado, I'm going to start warbling this introduction and let's get into it. Okay, so these are the 4 products I ended up adding in to my bag that weren't in my bag last month. I'll quickly talk about this. This is the NO7 Airbrush Away foundation in the shade Calico. Okay, moving on. I have a sample size of the Benefit They're Real Double, the lipstick in the shade Pink Frills. If it will focus, damn it. Are we gonna focus? Are we gonna focus? No. Anyway, I got this free with a magazine. I only bought the magazine to get the lipstick because I was like, oh, it's a magazine that's giving makeup that isn't a nail polish. So you twist it here at the bottom, and the whole point of this is the top is meant to be a lip liner and the bottom is your lipstick. So it's kind of like a 2-in-1 product. This is actually really nice. Like the lip liner bit doesn't, even though it's darker, doesn't really show up like a lip liner usually. Like it doesn't, oh my god, that was close. Went the wrong way. Small heart attack there. Wound up the wrong way. But you actually get a lot of product in here since I've wound the thing all the way up for a sample, which is, you know, really impressive. I actually really like this. It's a very subtle colour. Like they had 3 to choose from, and I think you can still get them. I think it was like the Elle magazine, and they had a nude one and they also had a red one, but I decided to go with the pink. And the pink's really nice. I just think it's like a really nice subtle colour. It did stay on really well throughout the day, so I mean I probably would be inclined to buy the full size of this, but this will probably last me quite a while, and I'll be keeping this in my kit for this month as well since I really like the colour. Next I have a lipstick here from Estee Lauder in the shade, what is the shade? Insolent Plum. I got given this as a gift from my mother-in-law. I think she got it as a free gift with purchase. It was this in a nude lipstick, and she didn't like this colour and thought I would, and I love it. It is this beautiful plum purple colour. This is such a comfortable lipstick. It is quite sheer, so I would say it's quite buildable, but at the same time it is pigmented, if that makes sense. So I mean, you could have it more sheer or build it up, but either way you're going to get a lot of colour. This stays on all day. I didn't think it would, because it has quite a bit of a slip to it when it's on the lips. Like, it will move, like, it doesn't dry down matte, it doesn't like bleed or anything, but it is so insanely comfortable. It stays on all day. It's actually one of the most comfortable lipsticks I've ever owned, and I mean, Estee Lauder is so expensive, so I don't know if I would ever repurchase this just because it is so expensive, but I'm keeping it in my kit for this month because it is such a perfect autumny fall berry colour. And here I bought a new setting spray. This is the Medusa's Makeup Setting Spray. It's quite a small bottle, but there's quite a lot of product in here. And this is probably my new go-to favourite setting spray. The mister on here gives you such, like, it doesn't like just drip everywhere. It's got a really powerful mister. It actually smells really nice. You know, a lot of setting sprays have that kind of chemical, nasty smell to them. This actually has a really nice smell. I do feel it keeps my makeup on really well. It doesn't leave my face feeling like soaking wet. It dries down really quickly. Absolutely love this. Plus, I love supporting more like indie alternative makeup brands. So I think I probably would buy from them again. I didn't buy directly from their site. I bought off of this like cruelty-free makeup like wholesalers. If I find their website, I'll link it down below, and that will also stay in my bag for this month. And then the last thing I got, which, oh, let's not look at my face, most of you probably are familiar with, is the Lunatik Cosmetics Mystifying Mattifying High Definition Microfinish Pressed Powder. So it comes in this planchette with a mirror, and the mirror is fantastic. It has a magnetic like closing, and when you open it up, you have this big huge pan of white setting powder. Like, I've already made like a good dent in here in less than a month because I like to powder my face. I am an oily skinned person. My skin is so oily. I cake my face in powder. But I would say, if you're not like me and you're not super pale and you're not gothic or want to make your face pure white, then don't get this, because this, I would say, isn't 100% translucent. It definitely makes my face a lot paler, but I love this. I mean, this is kind of like, I know Emily Boo talks about this, Graveyard Girl talks about this, I've seen a few other YouTubers talk about this. You know, Lunatic Cosmetics is a brilliant alternative like indie makeup company, and this is kind of, I guess, arguably a bit of a cult classic amongst that kind of community, and it is fantastic. Like, they go above and beyond with their packaging, and they're not that expensive either. You know, they're actually, for what you're getting and considering the amount of work that goes into these products and the packaging, they're really not that expensive at all. And this is like my new favourite ride or die product, because it really does mattify my face. I think it really does help set everything, all my foundation, and it definitely makes my face a lot paler, which is, for me, that is something I want, because I've used so many translucent powders that make me orange, or like loose white translucent setting powders that just go everywhere and they're so chalky and they smell of chemicals. But this is my new favourite, and this is something I don't mind spending the money on. Okay, it is affordable for what it is, but in comparison to other powders, you know, I can easily get one for so much cheaper. But I don't mind spending the money on this because it is absolutely fantastic. 100% recommend. Okay, so these are all the products I'm going to be putting back upstairs into my collection. So I'll just quickly as I can, run through this, and then any strong opinions I'll say. So this is my MAC lipstick that was limited edition for the summer. This is in the shade Love at First Bite. This is an amplified formula. I mean, I would never throw out any of my MAC lipsticks. I mean, this is such a beautiful pink shade. It's just pinks are really just for the summer for me, even though this summer I wore a lot of nude lipstick. But the packaging on this makes me so happy that I just like having it in my bag because it makes me really happy. But this is going back up into my collection. Along with this Hikari lipstick in the shade Cranberry. Again, you'd think I'd be keeping this in, but because I'm keeping that Estee Lauder one in, this is like slightly darker. This is a really nice lipstick as well, but I think I'll bring this back out more in the winter, because while I was going through my makeup upstairs, I kind of decided, you know what, I want to keep purples more for the winter time. So that's going back upstairs, along with my Clinique Crayola Chubby Stick Intense in Red Violet. I absolutely love this, and I did actually get a lot more use out of it this month compared to last month. So that's going back upstairs. My L'Oreal Lash Paradise Mascara, or Paradise Ecstatic as it's called in the UK. You know, I love this Paradise, this mascara. I get what all the hype is on YouTube about it. Apart from it is messy. It is a wet formula mascara, and the lashes on my right eye started falling out, and I don't know if it's the mascara. I don't know, because it's only one eye. And it is a good mascara. I do feel like it doesn't leave a big mess, even though it's a wet formula. Like my lashes, it doesn't smudge. They do stay up all day. And I have used this every single day for like the past 2 months. So I'm just going to switch it over because I have so many mascaras that are open that I need to get through. But it is a very good mascara. I do get the hype. The Bourjois Paris Bruxelles Precision Eyebrow Pencil in Blonde Force. This is just going back up because I got my brows like waxed and tinted. So I've just not needed anything in my brows. Now that the tint's kind of faded, I've been using powder, like from my Anastasia palette. And I've been preferring that, to be honest. It's just a lot less work. So this is just going to go back upstairs in the meantime, along with the Rimmel Brow This Way. And this is in the shade Dark Brown. So it's like a brow mascara, which is, again, amazing when you're having a quick, lazy day. But I've just not needed it. So this is just going to go back upstairs. My Makeup Revolution blush in Bang Bang You're Dead. I did get quite a bit of use out of this, but I just didn't really wear a lot of blush and bronzer this month because it is colder. So that's it there. It is a beautiful baked blush. I mean, you can't go wrong with Makeup Revolution, like blushes, bronzers and highlighters. They just slay the game there. And it is an excellent blush. I'm just finding the colder it's getting, I'm not wearing blush and bronzer as much. And I'm getting ready in such a rush in the morning these days that I'm just not using it. But that's going back upstairs. My number 7 loose translucent setting powder. This is next to the Lunatik Cosmetics. This is like probably my second favourite powder. I know Jessica Braun talks about this powder on Jam Beauty all the time, and she's the reason I bought this powder, and I'm just nearly ran out of it, to be honest. So I'm just going to put this back upstairs while I'm using up my other one. Okay, so now I have the Too Faced No Filter Selfie Powders. I used these quite a few times. I think actually having it in my bag made me use it. As I said, these are like light filtering enhancing powders. You got Moon River, which is the one I use the most. It's like a highlight powder. Sunrise I use on my under eye if I feel like I need it. Totally Toasted is like a bronzer topper. Like, there's so little like pigment to them. I don't really get the point of these, to be honest. I think they're just meant to make your face look more like you have a filter. But they're so soft. I think they are a baked gelée formula. I'm not entirely sure, but they feel like nothing like I've ever felt before. And Moon River is one I definitely use because I do feel it definitely, like, it smooths out my skin. Like, when I put that all over it, my skin is so soft and silky. And I definitely feel having it in my bag did make me use it more. But I'm just going to put this back upstairs because I didn't use it, like, every time I was putting on makeup. Oh, the lipstick's falling. So I'll quickly talk about these since they're falling. I have my Colorpop Satin Lip in the shade Calypso. This is kind of like a pinky mauve tone colour. Love this. Wore this so much. The ring's all wearing off. Love the Colorpop Satin Lip. Absolutely. Favourite formula. So I'm just putting this back again because it's a bit more pink, along with this Rimmel Stay Matte Liquid Lip Colour in the shade Pink Blink. This is Rimmel, yeah. I just said it, yeah. I was like, shit, well, that's not Rimmel. Absolutely love this. This is so cheap. And this, again, is a really nice, kind of creamy matte lipstick. It doesn't dry down, doesn't dry your lips out. And this stays on really well. And this is surprisingly so pigmented, considering it's like from the drugstore and it is so cheap. But love this. Then I have my Makeup Revolution Salty Caramel palette. I have such mixed feelings because I had the Pink Fizz palette as well, and I ended up decluttering it and giving it to my daughter because it was just all these light pinks and stuff. It just wasn't me. And this is it here. These colours are beautiful. Like this colour here I use all the time, along with this one and this one here, and it smells amazing. My issue with this is, and this is my issue with a lot of Makeup Revolution eyeshadows, is they are so pigmented. Especially their shimmers, like, they are beautiful, like, they're beautiful, but my problem is they are so difficult to blend, and I just feel like if I'm doing my makeup in a rush, I can't use this because it takes so much longer to blend. It's quite a stiff formula once it's on the eyes. Once you put it on, it just stays, and I just didn't have that much luck with this. And I just feel like right now, you know, when I am putting makeup on, it really is just 2 days a week when I'm going to uni, and I just don't have the time in the morning to be playing with a palette that takes a lot of work. So I mean, I'm just gonna put this back upstairs this now, and I'm gonna think about what I'm gonna do with this palette because I love it, but is it worth keeping it just for 3 shades? You know, yeah, I don't know. Shock horror, I'm actually putting my Tarte Graveyard Girl Swamp Queen palette back upstairs. And this is my all-time favourite palette. Only because, and you see I've hit pan on one shade. I hit pan on the boring shades because I use them like to set my eye primer. It's like Big Baby I've hit pan on. And I love this palette. Dogman is like such an amazing shade, and the highlighter, Gator Wings, you can see I've made a huge dent in that highlighter. The blush and bronzer are so pigmented, I only really use them in the summer. But the reason I'm putting it upstairs is the fact that having this in my bag, I will reach for this every single day because I know I could do a look with this with my eyes closed. I use this palette all the time. I do so many different looks with this palette, but I use this palette all the time, and I just need to encourage myself to use my other palettes. This will probably come back into the bag some point during the month because I won't miss it, but yeah, this is going back upstairs, but this isn't going anywhere because I love it. Okay, my L'Oreal Infallible Fixing Mist Setting Spray, that's just going back upstairs because I have the Medusa's Makeup one. The Dermacol foundation, oh, this is such a difficult one because this has insane coverage. A little bit goes a long way, but this is their lightest shade, and girl, it is still too dark for me. I still see that orange line on the neck. I messaged my best friend who's even paler than me. We're about the same, and even she was like, she was the one who got me into this, and even she was saying she has that problem, which is not too bad. It's not as noticeable as other foundations, but my problem is I have oily skin, and this is not an oily skin friendly foundation. It is matte, it is wonderful, but by the end of the day, my foundation is visibly coming off, and I look disgusting. So I'm just going to put this back upstairs just now. Maybe it'll come back next month when it's even colder. Who knows? Who knows? Okay, this L'Oreal Lip Paint Matte in red, actually. Oh my, ugh. I think I'm just going to toss this. I have another one in purple that I love, but this red one, the formula sucks. I wore it yesterday. It bled out the lip line, even with a lip liner that I love. It came off so quickly, it smeared around, it ended up going on my chin, it went up my face at one point. But the purple one I have doesn't do that. There's just something in this red one that sucks. It sucks so much. So, it's going away. And this MUA Winged Wonder liner. This is a weird liner. It's a paddle. Like, it's just, I used it a few times, and this is like the first month I've gone, but I haven't done winged liner every day because I was like, this liner sucks for doing winged liner. I just can't get on with it. So that might go as well. Okay, sorry, I did warn you this is going to be a long video. Okay, now I'm going to just go through what I'm keeping in the bag. I won't really talk about them as much because I already spoke about them. Okay, so moving on to the next products. I have a mini Benefit. They're Rio double lip stick. Yeah. Okay, the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette. That's staying in the bag this month, obviously, because it is autumn colours. This palette just screams autumn. Again, I hit the shade on a boring colour, but this ain't going anywhere. So I'm just grabbing stuff out of the bag. The MUA Fire Vixen palette. Again, this is a bit similar to Makeup Revolution. It's difficult to blend, but there is these beautiful reds, oranges, shimmery shades in here that I'm going to use, but use it with another palette. What else is staying? My Benefit Professional literally has one use left in it, so I'm just going to keep it in and then toss it when it's done. The Benecos lip liner, that's staying. My Boing and Lemonade eye primer and concealer, they're staying by Benefit because they're nearly done. My highbrow from Benefit, that's staying. My Body Shop lightning drops, they stay. I'm keeping in my Colorpop in Drift because again it's a beautiful red and I wore this quite a lot, so that's staying. My Benefit What's Up highlighter staying. My SugarPill Kimchi Liquid Lipstick staying. My L'Oreal Infallible Lip Liner in Wuthering Purple is staying. The Estee Lip Liner in Deep Orchid is staying. My W7 Lip Twister in Red is staying. And this L'Oreal eyeliner in Super Cooper, that's staying. Has this Colorpop Lippie Stix in Gold Digger, that's staying because it's such a perfect fall, autumn, whatever you want to say colour. My L'Oreal Infallible Mattifying Base Primer staying simply because I just don't have another primer. It's not my favourite primer by any means. It's quite greasy. My Urban Decay Basquat Lipstick in... nothing's focusing. Epigram, that's staying. Love this. It's... again, a perfect colour for autumn. Jeffery Star liquid lipstick in Flamethrower. I didn't really get to wear this last month, so I think I'll wear it this month and try and do like a very orange themed kind of look. And then the Kat Von D liquid lipstick in Double Dare and the Studied lipstick in Lolita. They're staying, so again, I didn't wear them last month and I'm just going to get used to them. And then my Maybelline, the Eraser Eye. And this is the Perfect and Cover concealer version. Love this, best concealer ever. I know Tati raves about this concealer and it honestly is amazing. Oh, this is the MAC Ariana Grande Viva Glam lipstick. This is actually going to go back upstairs because it's just, I didn't really get any use out of it and I have that Estee Lauder one. So this one is actually not staying, that's going back upstairs. Okay, so that's all the stuff that was in my bag from last month that is going to stay in my bag for this month. So this is the stuff that's carrying over. And now we'll get into the stuff that I am adding for this month. Okay, stuff I'm adding. I bought this today. This is the Maybelline Fit Me foundation in the matte poreless normal to oily skin in the shade 105. The reason I bought this was I actually read that it was recommended. I think it was like a BuzzFeed article I was reading and it was like top makeup products like that had won awards this year from the drugstore, and this was recommended best foundation for oily skin. This is their lightest shade and I'm worried that it's still going to be too dark for me, but it was on sale in Sainsbury's for like £5.25 or something. So I just thought, you know, what the hell, I read about it yesterday, went into the shop today and it was on sale. So I thought I'd pick it up because I have seen people talking about this, and I would be intrigued to see if there's finally a foundation out there that can cover my hideously big enlarged pores. So considering I had no luck with the Dermacol last month, with it like just melting off my face, I'm hoping to see if this works. Okay, next thing I'm adding in is my SugarPill Edward Scissorhands 25th anniversary limited edition eyeshadow palette. I know you can't buy this anymore. I don't know if they're still selling these shadows as singles, because I think they were for a while, but they brought this out last year, 2 years ago, and this is my, again, one of my, arguably my favourite, because Tim Burton is my favourite. Edward Scissorhands is one of my all-time favourite films. The colours are taken directly from the film. The packaging is everything. So here we have it. Here you have this beautiful blue. Ice Angels, this beautiful, beautiful like shimmer. You've got the Inventor, which is like a sparkly kind of grey black. Castle on the Hill is this really deep brown. Heart-shaped Cookies, like a really nice neutral. And then Suburbia is this beautiful pinky red. You can do so many looks with it. I know it's only 6 colours, but they're huge pans. You can actually do a lot of looks with this, and I just love this palette. I can't fault it. It is just beautiful. It is so beautifully perfect. Okay, next I'm adding in, sorry, my little box of stuff, is my Lunatik Cosmetics Elvira Mistress of the Dark. Again, this is a limited edition, and this is her 35th anniversary palette. I think Lunatic Cosmetics still have this on sale, but they're like the last of the last. I did do a video on this, I'll link it in the cards above. I will say now, I have one more palette that was a limited edition palette that I know for sure isn't available anymore, so I do apologise if that bugs anyone, but I don't have the biggest extensive makeup collection to be up to date. But yeah, as I said before, obviously Lunatic Cosmetics, sorry I'm speaking so fast, do the best packaging. So here we have Elvira looking beautiful. It is their, you know, their go-to, what they're known for, signature, that's the word, coffin shaped palettes. And here's the info on the back. So opening her up, so the mirror is the blade of her dagger. We've got cobwebs, we've got a candelabra, and here are the shades. So Super Unleaded is a really, really nice blush. Bone is so nice. Unpleasant Dreams is like the blackest of black eyeshadows I've ever owned. We've got Aunt Morgana, Batitude, Macabre, an Amazing Red. This is, oh, I can't wait to get into it. I know the Edward Scissorhands palette had a blue shade as well, so maybe I'll do a bit more playing around with blue eyeshadow. Like, cool tone shadow isn't something I really play with, but I'm kind of in the mood to like experiment and expand a bit more into like blues and stuff. So excited to get this palette on the, like, you getting some more use out of it and giving it some more love, because it definitely deserves more love. I was gonna add this Makeup Revolution palette. This is their Redemption palette, but to be honest, the more I'm looking at it, the more I'm like, do I really want to add it in? It's just all these shimmery neutrals. I think I will, because I like a bit of shimmer in the middle of the lid, and I don't, those two palettes don't really have that, so I'll add this in. I think the only matte is the black shade, like that's the only matte in the palette, and I just prefer matte shadows. But it is just a neutral shimmery palette that I got at Christmas. It came in their advent calendar, and I've just never used it, and I think if I don't use it this time, then I'll just pass it on. Then the last palette I'm adding in is the Urban Decay Pulp Fiction palette. Again, this is a limited edition palette from a few years ago. I got mine off of Glambot, so that was how I was able to get mine. And these are the shades in here. So you got Righteous, Tyranny, Vengeance, and Furious Anger. Furious, that black shade, it's almost kind of tacky, like it's like a Colorpop shadow that is like kind of cream to powder, but this is a super neutral shaded palette, like, but it's a palette that I like doing on, like, I can either make it look really, really subtle, or I can make it more out there, and these are just great 5 shades, and it's Pulp Fiction, and it's October. I feel like, you know, I've got to have my horror, not that Pulp Fiction's horror, I mean, some people might class it as that, I don't, but I have to have my movie palettes, you know. I've got Elvira, she's obviously all spooky and horror, and you got Edward Scissorhands and Pulp Fiction. It's October, it's the time to be weird and spooky. So that's going in. Okay, heads up, I have a lot of lip products I'm adding this month. I'm adding in this PS Pro Complete Crayon, lip and cheek crayon in the shade Heartbreak. So that's being added. I'm adding this Colorpop liquid lipstick in the shade Mama, which is a much more like kind of orangey toned liquid lipstick. I'm adding in this Tarina Tarantino under eye brightener. This is like an under eye concealer that's quite pink tone. That's just really good at brightening everything up. I'm also adding in this other Colorpop. This is an ultra matte lip in the shade Love Bug. So this is kind of a very kind of almost warm, reddy brown shade. I'm adding in this Barrier Matte Me Up liquid lipstick in the shade Go To. This is more of like a light brown. Absolutely love this. These are like an amazing dupe for like the Kylie Jenner lip kits, because they come with a liner and the packaging is very similar. I'm adding in my Colorpop Lippie stick in the shade Lumiere. This is my all-time favourite lip colour. It is like this mauvey, purple mauve colour, and it is my all-time favourite colour. If I can get the lid on. This video was just me fumbling with makeup because I am that unorganised. And I'm also adding this NYX lingerie in the shade Exotic. Absolutely love this. This is one of the few lip products by NYX that I absolutely love. I would say this is actually a really good dupe for the Kat Von D liquid lipstick in Double Dare. If you were wanting that and can't afford it, this is an excellent dupe for it. They're so close, and actually I prefer this colour. Then mascara, I'm adding in my L'Oreal Mega Volume Mist Baby Roll. This is my favourite like drugstore mascara. I actually prefer this to the Paradise because I feel this gives my lashes much more volume. They're much more curled, and the packaging is so much cuter as well. Then I'm also adding in this CN liquid eyeliner in black. I got this in Lidl, and it is surprisingly a really good eyeliner. It is super pigmented, and it's just a felt tip liner, so just throwing that in. Also putting in my number 7 blush in the shade Peony Mist. This is one of those ones that was like skin matched to me, and it is a beautiful, really beautiful kind of berry pink blush, and I love the number 7 packaging. They really slay the packaging. Like, they just have such classy looking packaging. Also adding in this lipstick. This is by Maybelline, and this is in the shade Gone Greige, and I'm pretty sure it was a YouTuber who did the packaging on this, and this is like a really... Wait a minute, I'll open it up off camera. So yeah, this is like a really kind of grey, cool toned, almost brown shade. It's very grey, very cool, very odd. It's a very obscure colour, and I really like it. Admittedly, I initially bought it because I thought the packaging was awesome, and I think this is a shade that they do have in their collection. I think it was just this packaging by Roxasaurus. I'm pretty sure she's a YouTuber. I'm really sorry if I'm offending anyone, if anyone's like a huge fan of her. I just don't know who she is. But I absolutely adore this design that she came up with on the lipsticks, and I think that's really awesome. Then I'm adding in this Peaches and Cream eye primer, just because my Benefit Lemonade one's kind of running out, and this is a bit more of a liquid formula. So I'm going to try this one out this month because this just never gets used. And it is actually a fantastic eye primer. For brows, I'm adding in my Benefit Ka-Brow just because I feel like I haven't really used this in a while. I know I said I've been using, powders a lot on my brows, but I want to get back to using this because I really like Mica Brow. Then I'm also adding in, the lip liner that goes with that Barry M liquid lipstick in the shade Go To. And I think, yes, that is everything. And I made a big mess and my Quinny's just sleeping up there. So, yes, that is everything I am adding into my bag. Just grab these. Yep, this is everything I have in my bag. So quick run through my NO7 Airbrush Away foundation, my Lunatik Cosmetics Mattifying powder, the L'Oreal Miss Baby Roll mascara, my Urban Decay Pulp Vixen palette, this Makeup Revolution Redemption palette, my Elvira by Lunatik Cosmetics palette, my SugarPill Edward Scissorhands palette, my Modern Renaissance palette, the Fire Vixen palette by MUA, this Tarina Tarantino under eye brightener, as Colorpop Super Shock Shadow in Drift, the Peaches in Cream eye primer, my Benefit Professional primer, this Maybelline Fit Me foundation, Colorpop liquid lipstick, this Maybelline lipstick in Gone Gris, my Benefit Highbrow, my L'Oreal Infallible primer, my Urban Decay Basquiat and Epigram lipstick, my Benefit Lemonade eye primer in Boying concealer, my Colorpop Lippie Stix in Lumiere, the lip liner in Go To by Barry M, the PS Pro Lip and Cheek crayon in Heartbreak, the estee Lauder lipstick in Promiscuous Plum, the NYX Lip Lingerie in Exotic, the NO7 blush in Pink Peony, the Body Shop Lightning adjusting drops. Sorry guys, this is a mess. All my eyeliners and lip liners, which I'm not going to go through them all again. The Benefit, their real 2-in-1 lipstick, and the Colourpop Lipstick in Gold Digger, of course, and then my SugarPill liquid lipstick in Kimchi, and my Benefit WhatsApp highlighter, and my Jeffery Star liquid lipstick in Flamethrower. And there's probably a few more things, but this video is so long and I apologise. Most of this video was me fumbling around trying to put lids back on makeup, but until I invest in a handheld device for my camera, I will have, one day my videos will be better, but not today. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much if you made it to the end. I'd be very surprised if you did, because this video was a little bit of a mess as usual, but that's just how it is. But yes, if you have any questions, any suggestions for any videos I should do this upcoming month, please comment down below if you want me to do. I'm thinking of doing a video kind of a house tour, but like of all like my spooky decorations that I have up all year round, because it's Halloween and that means house decor shopping. So if you'd like to see a kind of spooky decor themed video, please give it a thumbs up so I know. But I mean, I'll probably do it anyway, but it's always nice to know if it's something you guys want to see. Anyway, I hope you're all having a great time whatever you're up to, and thank you again so much for watching and subscribing, and I'll see you in my next video.